Okay, this is my final video, I hope, about the Jack Smith testimony regarding the stolen election from 2020. I've done 3 videos so far, just picking out pieces of things that are overlooked or people maybe don't understand. I am by no means a legal expert or a government expert or anything. I'm just a curious American. And don't get me wrong, I already know that Trump is guilty, but there's a phone record of Trump asking for votes from a Georgia official. So like, we don't have to go through any of this hoopla, but the Republicans want to make it a show so they can extract sound bites from the testimony. So I didn't even realize this was going on at the time that it was going on, because like I said, I don't understand law stuff necessarily. So I did mention they talked about these phone records, right? Jack Smith went to investigate the phone records to determine who might be involved in this conspiracy to overturn the election. So they make a big deal out of this, that you took their phone records, you didn't give any notice, and then Jack Smith had a non-disclosure agreement on those records as well, so that it would protect the investigation. So that means like McCarthy and the people whose phones were whose phone data were looked at would not be notified of that. Now, the phone records, again, are metadata. It is phone numbers, time of call, and duration of call, which to me makes sense from a legal standpoint. Hell, I watch 48 Hours. What's the first thing you do in an investigation? You try and find out who's involved. He did everything through the proper department channels. So I can't remember the name of the guy who was really pressing him on this issue, because part of the non-disclosure agreement, there are reasons that you can have a non-disclosure agreement. The first one I mentioned is to protect the investigation. It's also for possible obstruction of justice, or that somebody, I guess, of the investigation could be a flight risk. So that completely makes sense to me, because if Kevin McCarthy is alerted to the fact that his phone records are being looked at, then I mean, you know, that's going to set off a mass group text, I assume. But I wish I had thought of the guy's name. I'll put it in the comments or whatever, was pressing him on is, like I said, one of the reasons that you do an NDA is for a flight risk. So this guy specifically honed in on that and said, did you really think Kevin McCarthy was a flight risk? Like, how dare you? You know, and Jack Smith had to answer, like he tried to answer and say, it's not that Kevin McCarthy is a flight risk. The non-disclosure is used to protect the investigation, but the way that the guy asked it and acted so pompous and outraged. They're all so fucking outraged at all this stuff that's happening. And like, I didn't pick up on it until I went down this rabbit hole of looking this information up. The Republicans are just like outraged and blustery, and they're attacking Jack Smith, which he calmly deflected at every turn. He made them look like idiots, but they look like further idiots the more I dive into it and see that the things that are being focused on, like MAGA people don't have any fucking clue what's going on. All they're doing is listening to the Fox News sound bites. Also, when I went to look up like videos and different things on YouTube to try and find this guy that I'm talking about and look at different videos, it's got like Fox News, and then I think Economic Times, which is another far right. It's got all of these far right leaning sources in the top 10 of your YouTube search. So, and this is happening on Facebook too. I know this is happening to other people because I've heard them talk about it, that far right stuff is coming into my news feed, and then I think far left stuff or just anything liberal is getting into their feeds. And so it's just keeping us attacking each other. And so now this is what's sad, is I've done 4 videos about the Jack Smith investigation. Nobody's probably going to watch this one because we're already on to something else. We're already on to the fact that ICE murdered another person, and I'm not even going to go into that yet because I'm going to do a separate video about it. But we are in very dark times, and when you disregard the rule of law for certain people, everything falls apart, and that's what we're watching right now. So I'll be back for more later on something. Peace out.